What is up, everybody? JABO here. I'm here to give you a quick rundown of your options for storage. This is the second video in my How to Be Comfortable While Homeless series. Now I'm going to run through this as quick as I can and try not to leave anything out. First off, your option is something that most people try. Your friends and or family. If they won't take you in for whatever reason, they'll probably take a couple boxes of your stuff. By a couple, I mean 2. Do not overwhelm them. This is a rule. Do not overwhelm them with a whole bunch of crap. You're not fitting your household in theirs. Don't tell them to hold on to your bed and your entire wardrobe. You don't need that. You need the necessities there. Now, by necessities, I mean a backup backpack, tent, or hammock, an extra pair of shoes, some extra money, again, about a week's worth of the clothes. I've talked about this before. Dried goods. Most people will donate that because it's dried goods. It's cheap and they probably have a lot of it. You're going to need an extra pair of shoes there because you will wear them out eventually. Try not to keep a bike there if that's your transportation, but if they allow it, great. Second of all, do not show up there constantly. You don't want to be there every day or every other day. You want to be there once a week or once every 2 weeks if possible. If you overstay your welcome or overbear them with a bunch of crap, it's the fastest way to end up on the side of the road next to a pile of shit that you don't know what to do with. Avoid that. Your next option is a storage bin. Now, a storage bin is your most viable option because it gives you what you need: organization and space. Do not try to live there. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Do not do it for obvious reasons. I'm not going to explain why because it will take too long and I don't have that long. What you need in there, first off, is a couple tables. But actually back up real quick, because once you get the storage bin, it'll be about 65, maybe 75 bucks a month. But you're gonna bite the bullet. You're gonna get 2 keys made. One, the main key, keep on your keychain, obviously. The second key, hide somewhere on your person. Make it your backup. Sew it into the lining of your shirt or your coat, something that you have on you a lot. Put it in the tongue of your shoe or under the sole of your shoe. It's pretty easy. Now the next copy, the last copy, is something that you can give to, again, a friend or family member that you trust. If you don't have that option, then you can hide it somewhere in town or at the local shelter or library, but make sure it is on something that is static. That means it doesn't move, hasn't been moved, probably won't move. Now, this can be a poster that's been there for 100 years, or taped to the back of a bookcase, or in a folded up piece of paper under a corner of carpet that's lifted up. There's a lot of options, a lot of places that you can think of probably to hide your key. If it comes down to it, you're going to be damn happy that you did. Now, in the storage bin, you need 2 tables. These can be little end tables. You find them all the time online, but they only need to carry your daily stuff. That's the stuff that you're going to put in your backpack, which I'll be covering in a second. Your main container of coffee, flour, sugar, seasonings, ketchup, mustard, stuff like that. There's no reason you can't have that stuff. Those are necessities to help you stay sane. I completely agree with that. I support it. Don't overdo it. And on the tables, you should have, if they're good sturdy tables, about 6 days worth of food. Or actually, you can go up to 2 weeks, but try not to, simply because you will end up not using something or overeating. You need to have your stuff set out for exactly what you're going to have that day. And you want the main containers there because in your backpack, you're going to have the smaller containers of your daily use stuff for coffee, tea, stuff like that. I'm not going to get into too much detail because you know what you carry, what you eat, and what you use every day. Now, if the tables aren't strong enough, then try to get yourself some storage containers, the little bins with lids on them. work just fine. Now, in these bins, you can keep your food along with 6 days worth of clothes. You don't want 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 giant garbage bags filled with crap that you will probably never wear and will just get moldy and destroyed anyway. Another reason you want bins, not bags. 6 days worth of clothes. T-shirts, underwear, socks, pants, your winter coat should be in there. Keep your windbreaker with you if you have it. Spare poncho, backpack, tent, sleeping bag, and or hammock. Spare pair of shoes. You're probably going to end up walking a lot if you don't have a car. You're going to need them. You're going to wear them out faster if you don't. Or your spare pair of shoes could be what you wear to work, because you don't want to wear your ratty shoes that you walk around town in. And something else you can keep in there if you don't have a bank account or you don't trust a bank. It's understandable. I don't either. But you can keep a small lockbox or little hidden place in there where you keep your savings. Or you keep your money. You get a paycheck, you cash it out in cash. You take it there, you separate what you're going to need for your bills, your phone bill, your storage bill, obviously. What you're going to need for food that week or for that 2-week period, whatever your pay periods are like, however fast you make your money, you know your budget, do it smart. And what's left after you take all that stuff out, you stack it up, you put a rubber band on it, and you put it away. You put it somewhere among your boxes, hidden in a pair of shoes in your bin, whatever. I'm sure you can think of a way to hide your money there. But you need self-control for that option. Either that or go with the options for keeping money. I've mentioned it in other videos. Use that. Now, do not have so much stuff that it falls out. Do not. You want it organized in there. I will talk about why you need the extra space in my next video. But that about covers it for the storage bin. I already said do not live in it. I meant it. Now, your next option is, as I said, a backpack. Now, a backpack should be a given. It should be a given. You can keep about 3-4 days worth of clothes in there. That's underwear, a t-shirt. Now you can keep them in there because how you store them is you roll them up. When they're clean, you fold them up real tight and you roll them up and keep them tied with a couple strings or some patches, whatever you have, whatever. And that will make sure that they're not all over your backpack, wrapped around your book or whatever. It's not all over. You know exactly which clothes are dirty, which ones are clean, because the clean ones are still rolled up. You need pants and socks. If you have the space, if you have a big enough backpack, an extra pair of shoes, again, would be great. Now you need a med kit. That could be a basic one with ace bandage, band-aids, antiseptic, Neosporin for healing. Stuff like that. You know what you need for it. Anti-inflammatory, important for when you get a headache or you're sore, you need it. Stuff like that, along with your daily medication, blah, blah, blah. Now, the rest of the space is going to be for your cook set. You're gonna want one, get one. You need one. Do not rely on churches to get you food. I will get into this more in my next video. But you are going to need space for your tent and or hammock and sleeping bag. I'm not going to get into that argument again. It's your choice which one you choose. And your wallet, if you want to. Honestly, I don't think it's a good idea. Your wallet should be on you or you should be wearing it. By wearing it, I mean something like this. This, I can keep all my cards in it and a decent wad of cash, including business cards and whatever, and it's like $3.99. You can find stuff like this in the travel section of a store, and it's usually relatively cheap because they don't sell all that often. But along with your bus fare, shower tokens, a toiletry kit, you can get those at a dollar store, little travel kit for shampoo, soap, etc. laundry detergent if you can. I will get in my second video from this one will be laundry and shower, or how to shower and do your laundry when homeless. I told you guys I'm going to cover everything. I'm trying not to get ahead of myself, but sometimes I do, and I'm sorry. Now, besides your backpack, even everything I just mentioned, everything I just named off, should fit perfectly. If you do it right, if you keep it down to what you need, what you use, it should all fit even a normal backpack. Even if you have to go with one of the little Hello Kitty backpacks from Salvation Army that got donated. This should all still fit, all of it. Don't be dumb and just go with a tiny backpack. Get a good one, or at least a decent sized one. Now your next option is going to be a hidey hole. Now I'm not a fan of this one. I'm going to get through this as quick as possible because I'm running out of time. A hidey hole is anywhere where people do not frequent. You can find an abandoned building. Try not to. If it's the only option you have, then it is. But you find a hidden corner of it, empty closet where you can hide your stuff in a garbage bag so it just looks like trash. Probably going to be filled with trash anyway from people trying to camp in there. Do not camp where you have your hidey hole. You don't want it all taken away from you if you get kicked out of there. Do not do it. It's not worth it. But a hidey hole can also be a storage container that you have, a small one, but it will be enough to keep a flimsy little backup backpack, maybe your backup hammock and or tent, a change of clothes, some money, a couple days worth of food if you're down to nothing. I'll get into cookware and cook sets again in the next video and stuff like that. This is where you keep your basic stuff, your basic emergency, everything else got fucked set. You should always have a backup plan, and it should be a reliable one. I'm not saying this one's a reliable one, but use your imagination, think of things logically. You got this. I got faith in you guys. You can do this. You stick with it, I guarantee you can do this. Now that is about it for now. The storage, something I want to put out real quick. Do not take your storage bin or a storage container and just leave it out in the open somewhere. If you can, bury it. Put it in a rock pile. There's random piles of old concrete all over the place. Surround it in that. Find a way to camouflage it. If you can't, bury it. Dig down about 2-3 feet. Make sure your container isn't that big so you don't have to dig like a grave size hole, and you bury it down. Now if it's not completely airtight, you can make it that way. You take duct tape and you go around the lid as many times as you have to, but make sure the rain and moisture cannot get in. Do what you have to do that, and you bury it and you make a note on the location where you put it. Now that actually ends this video for now because I gotta go. So as always guys, if you're following my lessons, you're doing awesome. I got faith in you. You can get this done. You won't be in this situation for even a year, I guarantee you. 8 months at most. If you follow this correctly and you do everything that you need to get done, you'll be out there for 8 months at the most. That's when you'll be about ready to find a place, but honestly that's up to you. Depends on where you live. When you get to the point where you can find a place, that takes you however long that takes you, but you're ready for it. So I gotta go. So as always guys, stay smart, stay happy, and as always, listen to JABO.